everybody. Thank you for watching Just Upright. My name is Ginaline Ruder. I go by Jean. I am a doctor of physical therapy and a certified dementia practitioner. I'm also an author, and I specialize in posture and balance and fall prevention. So this is a series of videos that I'm making to help the foreign trained physical therapists on how to apply to practice here in the US. So today I'm going to discuss the Authorization to Test, or the ATT. So before we go ahead and discuss that, so I'm going to share with you here, if you have watched my first video on how to apply, how to become a physical therapist in the US, I discussed this flow chart. So just a summary, this is you, and you will submit documents to be credentialed, if you're going to use FCCPT or CGFNS, and then you will submit documents to your state, and you will take TOEFL, specifically if your state needs it before they can process your license. Some states don't require TOEFL for them to process your license, but TOEFL is needed for you to be issued later on with a working or an immigrant visa per requirement of the United States immigration. Okay, so once you completed all the requirements by the states or the state that you are applying, it will send you the you and the FSBPT what we call eligibility letter, which means you are eligible to take the exam, and then once the FSBPT receive that letter, they will issue the Authorization to Test, or the ATT, to you. Okay, so let's discuss what is ATT. So when you go here, for example, you Google, do not Google ATT because it will not come out. So you have to really spell it out. What is Authorization to Test Physical Therapy? So this will pop out. And then you can click this, fsbpt.org, the official website of FSBPT, and this will take you here. So this is a very helpful page, the FSBPT. Okay, so for those who are really lost in the process on how to apply, how to take the NPTE, you go to the frequently asked questions here at FSBPT, and it will answer so many questions that you may have. So this is exam registration and payment. Okay, easy online registration for NPTE and jurisprudence tools. Okay, so before you proceed, it says the pricing for physical therapists, NPTE actually the same to take the National Physical Therapy Examination or the PTA examination. It's $485. And then these are the states with jurisprudence examination, meaning you have to take the PT practice law exam in those states before they can issue your license. So it's another $65 on top of the $485. And then these are the assessment modules for the different states. Okay, jurisprudence assessment modules. And then, okay, please note there is 1.6% processing fee rounded up to the nearest dollar will apply. Okay, so pre-registration checklist. It's a good thing they have a checklist so that before you actually pay to take the board exam, okay, you have to answer these questions if you have them or you completed them. Okay, have you received or reviewed a licensure application from licensing authority for the state in which you want to be licensed? Have you reviewed the key dates and deadlines? Have you confirmed that you meet your state's requirements to sit for an examination? Have you notified your state if you require accommodations under the Americans with Disability Act? Okay. So once you have completed registering for an examination, you will receive authorization to test. Okay, so if you click this, it will show you an example. Okay, FSBPT and their address. This will be your name and your address. This is your authorization to test. And then please read the instruction. And then it's giving you an instruction on how to make an appointment to secure your spot in the test. So FSBPT will give you authorization to test, but FSBPT is not the one facilitating the test or conducting the test itself. It is the Prometric. So on top of the $485 that you paid FSBPT, there's another $70 for Prometric, who is facilitating the examination, scheduling and facilitation of the examination. So $70. So this is the online instruction on how to schedule for an examination. Go to prometric.com/FSBPT, click on schedule my test, select FSBPT or Federation of State Boards of Physical Therapy as program name, follow the directions on the website to complete the scheduling process, and you will receive an email confirmation of your appointment directly from Prometric, and then you can schedule by the phone as well. Okay, so this is a good read. Okay, you can print this out, and you have to remember, guys, this document, the authorization to test, is the one you need to show in your interview in the U.S. Embassy, for your interview in the U.S. Embassy. So as I said in my previous video, you have to secure, once you know that you completed all the documentation that the state requires and they're processing it, you really have to secure ahead of time the schedule to interview in the U.S. Embassy, to have an interview in the U.S. Embassy in your country, because sometimes it can be 2 months or more ahead of time before you can secure a date. Okay, so you really have to sync, the interview. And before the interview, make sure that you have this authorization to test, because the consul will be asking for this very important document. Okay, so that's your ATT. And so just a recap. So the authorization to test is what needed. So after you completed all the requirements needed by your state. Okay, not all state will require you to have TOEFL first before they can process your license. But as I've been saying, TOEFL is needed later on for the immigration purposes. Okay, if you do not have an immigrant visa yet, you're not in the US, you're starting from zero, you need either a working visa or an immigrant visa to practice as physical therapists here in the US. And part of that requirement is the healthcare worker certificate. And that is where TOEFL will be needed. Okay, so it depends on your unique situation, and it depends on what state you're applying if this first part will apply to you. Okay, so once the state receive all the requirements, then they will issue the eligibility letter. They will pass it on to FSBPT, and FSBPT will send you the authorization to test. So meaning you are good to go to take the examination, and you have to take the ATT during your visa interview, because that is the golden document needed for the consul to see that you are really going to the US or US territories to take the NPT. Okay, so if you have any other questions, clarification, comments, just leave it down below and I will try to answer them as soon as I can. If you have any suggested video that I need to cover to help you out in your process and going here to the US to practice as physical therapist, just let me know. I will be more than happy to assist you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and share this video to anyone you know who will benefit it, to physical therapists around the world. Thank you and stay blessed. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to hit the subscribe button below. It is for free for the latest video updates. Thank you for your support and stay blessed.